All right, this is going to be my last set review. This is going to be colorless and lands. And then hopefully we can have a final thoughts video that I'll do before Friday. Um, Otherwise, I think this set is looking to be more fun than I think people give credit for. So let's deep dive right in, and I'll have my final thoughts in another video. We have bagel and schmear for 1, or in the Omenpaths, it's called perfected pastry. It's my okay. There's my mouse. Perfected pastry. For 1, it's an artifact for with delicious looking cream cheese. Um, Comes in. You can either share it with a white, so basically a white. Sacrifice this artifact. Put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature. Draw a card. That's pretty good. 2 for modify and draw a card. Or you can sack it to gain 3 life and draw a card. So it can fit in any deck, but realistically, you want this in a white deck. Not bad. It replaces itself. Always replaces itself unless they destroy it. And modifies. It's not bad. Not bad at all. But because it doesn't do anything, right, to the board state, I'm going to give it a C. Oh, shoot. Did I mess this up? Let me refresh it real quick. All right. Fantastic. Oh, there's perfect pastry, too. Look at that little thing. Okay. Anyways, next we have Eerie Gravestone. Oh, I just don't have this in order. Okay, that's fine. For 2, it's an artifact. When it enters, draw a card. Fantastic. Love it. And then sacrifice an artifact. Sacrifice this artifact for 1 and a black. Mill 4 cards. You may put a creature card into your hand. Wow. That's pretty good. I think it's better than... That's definitely better than pastry. And then you can mill and bring back. That sounds very good. Love the, symbiote Spiderman there in that picture. Cool. Very cool. All right. Hot dog cart. For 3 mana, when it enters, create a food token, and then it ramps you and fixes you. Not the worst. We've seen a lot of 3 cost artifacts that ramped you of any color. Final Fantasy, Blitzball wasn't that hot. And then in Edge, the only, I think, reason why Scrolls was good was because it drew you cards in the end game. So I think Hot Dog Card is going to kind of be the same, or Treat Trolley. I'm going to give it a C-. But it does help you fix. If you're looking to play Cosmic or Spider-Man. Okay. Mechanical Mobster for 3, or Data Scrubber. You get a villain artifact. That's a 2/1. And when it enters, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard, and target creature you control connives. So then this becomes a 3/2 with the possibility of mayhem. I don't think that's that great. I'm going to give this a D+. Because at base rate, I guess you do get to draw. You do get to, whatever, rummage, whatever. Go through your deck. Fine, C-. Sure. News Helicopter. For 3, you get, or Opulent Valet. You get, a lot of drama about this one, I think. Because it's a construct creature that doesn't crew anything. It's a 1/1 flyer. That also creates a 1/1 green human token. So this is actually pretty good, honestly. It'd be even better. This would be like I think a B- or C+ if it only costs 2. But it costs 3, so I think that's what makes it worse. But I wouldn't cry to play it, honestly. You get 2 bodies. Next up is Passenger Ferry, or Carriage of Dreams. It's a 3 mana cost for a 4/3. This is a vehicle where whenever it attacks, you may pay a blue, and when you do, another target attacking creature can't be blocked for crew 2. Not amazing. Blue does have a few of those things that let you get benefits if, creature gets in. But then you still have to crew this, and that's what you need. That's at least two other creatures you need. So I'm gonna give this a D plus. Next up is Spiderbot or Steel Web Surveyor. For 2, you get an artifact spider, which 2/1 and reach. When it enters, you may search through your library for a basic land card, reveal it, then shuffle and put that card on top. On top? I've seen a few of these other cards before. They haven't been amazing, but they haven't been the worst. Honestly, having this in your starting hand with 2 lands isn't the worst. Give it a C minus. Steel Wrecking Ball or Temple Trap for 5. Deal 5. Seen this effect a lot of times. And 1 in a red. Discard this card, destroy target artifact. That's pretty good, actually. Hmm. At least it doesn't say non-creature target artifact. Hmm. And 5 for 5, huh? That is not terrible, honestly. I think that's a solid C. Next up is Subway Train or Vine Woven Chariot for 2 mana. When this vehicle enters, you may pay 1 green. If you do, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. So basically, a worse cultivate? What the heck? Because you have to pay the green anyways. If you don't, it's a 3/1 with crew 2. That's terrible, I think. Not unplayable, but if you really need the ramp, I'd rather definitely have other cards. Alright, now we have our land. Oh yeah, lands. Let me move this over here. Ominous Asylum. These have always been okay. I do think because this set has a lot of cards that you want to play, these surveil. Oh, it doesn't enter and surveil, but it doesn't let you do something, right? So I think at the end, I think surveil 1 is going to be quite good. Are these all surveil? So I think a solid C for them, right? Sorry, I'm going a little bit out of order, but Savage Mansion, Suburban Sanctuary, yep, University Campus, okay. But I think they all kind of fit the same bill. Vibrant Cityscape. Oh, sorry, this is the only one that's different. Evolving Wilds. Wow. Search sacrifice land, search for a basic. That I'm gonna give a C plus. Because it concentrates your deck, right? You play it turn 1. So that I'll give a C plus. Next up is colorless uncommons. Perfect. First up is Living Brain Mechanical Marvel or Error 9 Viral Node. One looks more threatening than the other, huh? For 4 costs, you get a 3/3. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target non-equipment artifact you control, could be this, becomes an artifact creature. Huh. And then untap it. So you can make like your bagel a 3/3, huh? That's funny. But at base rate, it's no good for 4 for a 3. We got a D plus. Situational. Spider Mobile or a Scuttling Spider Coach. For 3 mana, it's an artifact of vehicle that is a 3/3, but trample whenever it attacks or blocks, it gets +1/+1 for each spider you control. Not the worst, there's a lot of spiders. But it crews for 2. Imagine pairing this with, what is it? The one green white Silk, I think. The one that creates a spider each turn. You play a creature card. I think this has its uses, so I'm gonna give it a C minus. Spider Slayer Hatred Owned or Goro Rel Scourge to Spiders. Looks sick. This almost looks like the Alien, and then this looks like something from what's that? Get Out. Oh, the voting game, Anyways, it's a villain for 2. You get a 2/1. Whenever it deals damage to a spider, destroy that creature. A lot of spiders. Or 6, exile this card from your graveyard. Create 2/1/1 tokens with flying. So it has its uses, huh? I'm gonna give it a C here. This isn't nothing. 6 for 2/1/1s. Not nothing. Spider Suit or Cactarantula Saddle. Again, not one of my favorite sets, OTJ, but some of the cards were great. Cactarantula itself was great, but I'm a big Spidey Suit guy. So anyways, 1 mana for an artifact equipment, where equipped creature is a +2/+2 and is a spider hero in addition to its other types. But the problem is it doesn't enter in as a spider, as a lot of cards want it to. And then equip cost is 3. So this is not going to be amazing, I think. I think it costs too much. But you pair it with something like, Skyward Spider, or the other one that does double strike and can't be blocked. It's going to be quite interesting. Huh. I think, oh yeah, D plus? Okay, D plus, I think. Yeah. Doesn't do anything on its own. Costs a lot. Luckily, it doesn't cost crazy much, but Alright, lands. We have the Daily Bugle Building, or Fearsome Ridgeline. You can either tap it to add a colorless, pay 1 to add one of any color, or tap 1, target legendary creature gains menace. It's not terrible. And it fixes. So I'm going to be a C+. And then we have the rares and mythics. Are there any mythics? I don't think there's any mythics. Anyway, Doc Ox Tentacles, or Giant Craft Helm. For 1, and whenever a creature you control with mana 5 or greater enters, you may attach it. Wow. Creature gets +4/+4. Dang, so make big things even bigger. Are you going to waste a card on that, though? I don't know. And then whenever you play another one, it attaches itself. So it's interesting. It's very interesting. I'm going to give it a C+. I would play it, But then you can only play it, you can only have it, activate. You never want to pay it for 5. I think it's useful, yeah. Anyways, next card is Interdimensional Web Watch, or Reality Fulcrum for 4. It's an artifact, and when it enters, exile the top 2 cards of your library, so draw 2, basically. Until the end of your next turn, you may play those cards. Add 2 mana in any combination to spend to cast spells from exile. So better, of course, in probably your red decks. Is it maybe black also, the exiles cards for you to play? But even then, you have the 2 cards in exile. Problem is, what if they're both lands, right? Then this card is dead on water. You just paid 4 mana. The D. Alright, Iron Spider Stark Upgrade looks incredible. And then Physic, Ethereum Mechanic also looks really cool. Man, looks like Silk Song from Hollow Knight, and Hollow Knight stuff. Very cool. The eyes. Anyways, 3 mana for a legendary spider hero with vigilance and 2/3. Tap to put a +1/+1. Excuse me. On each artifact, creature, or vehicle you control. That's pretty good. So next turn it's a 3/4 by itself. Or remove 2 from among artifacts you control, draw a card. Wow, wait, that's actually kind of nutty. Huh. I think that's a B+. Because I don't think there's too many other great artifacts. But then I would just get artifact creatures, huh? If you have a lot of artifact creatures, this is an A. If not, I think it's a B+. right? If that's your only artifact creature, that's how I think about it. What's like the bottom level, right? Anyways, Peter Parker's camera or phenomena recorder for 1 enters with 3 film counters on it, so you can do this thing 3 times. Remove it to copy, target, activated, or triggered ability you control. You may choose new targets. Activated or triggered ability. So I don't think a spell counts like that unless it says, when it enters, do that. This would be great for a commander because you have so many other cards to use, but in this set, I can only think of, a lot of the cards are basically when it enters, do this, or when it attacks or deals damage, do this. And then on top of that, you have to pay an additional 2. So I don't think it's going to be that good in that regard. Someone correct me. C minus. Rocket powered Goblin Glider or Stitcher's Wings for 3. Equipment card. If it was cast from your graveyard for the Mayhem cost of 2, attach it to target creature, and that creature gets +2, has flying, and has haste. Equip 2. So 5 mana at its poorest form, 3 for its best. Gives you, it's not terrible, it's not great. So let's just give it a solid C. And then we have our rare lands with Multiversal Passage or Multiversal Passage. When it enters, choose a basic land type, and then you may pay 2 life. If you don't enter tapped, this land is a chosen type. So helps you fix. And can come in untapped, which is crazy. So I think this is probably a C+. It's probably a little better than C+, huh? Like a B minus. You have Oscorp Industries or Exclusive Nightclub for, you can even cast this as Mayhem. If you can cast it for Mayhem, pretty good. When this land enters from your graveyard, you lose 2 life. Or enters tapped. Maybe I need to reconsider these, huh? C. E. E plus. E plus. Urban Retreat. Okay, enters tapped, and then for 2, you can return a tapped creature you control, so web sling it, and then put this card from your hand onto the battlefield. Oh yeah, this is the card I think people were saying you can potentially play 2 lands in 1 turn, because this is just put this card onto the battlefield, not play it as a land. C+. Alright, well that's it. I'm gonna maybe go over some set themes in the last video, but that's it for our kind of color review. Very excited to play this set, and we'll see how things go. Thanks for sticking by if you have.